to play my theme song that you can't hear. You can't hear because you refuse to wear headphones.
They can see me on the camera.
Trying to be cool and being tough. Don't want to hear all my cool sound effects like ha 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 and hello.
Do you always sing it?
Yep.
Okay, because I was like, that was just noise.
I just make up
It's a karaoke
songs.
track.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Storage. Guess what? I have a guest this week, and you might be saying to yourself, cool, why don't you introduce them? And then that's where I say, I always have my guests introduce themselves.
What's up, everybody? Should I look at you or the camera?
Whoever.
My name is Drew Morgan, and I'm a comedian originally from Tennessee, and I live in sunny Los Angeles where it's been raining all fucking week. Can I cuss on here?
Yep.
Is this on Turner Broadcasting Network?
It's on just regular stuff.
Regular stuff. ABC?
If you want to give your address, that'd be cool, too.
Yeah, 11347 Victory Boulevard.
Okay. All right, and that'll be our episode today.
Thanks, guys. Follow me at drewmorgancomedy.com.
Do you think that we're sitting too close?
No, the opposite.
Really?
Yeah.
You think we should have been closer?
Let's get on the table.
Do you think that we should... My breath is bad. You do not want
You've
to...
been eating this weird popcorn?
Let's just get into the popcorn. Okay. Now, my friends Paige and Chelsea, do you know them?
I know of them.
Yeah, they're pretty famous.
Okay.
And they went into a place where famous place called
Airwolf.
And bought these popcorns.
I thought it was a bar the first time one of my friends told me they were going to Airwolf. Doesn't that sound like a bar and not a fucking grocery store?
It sounds to me like I'm just gonna go ahead and take mine out too. I'm free. It sounds to me like a place where you would go buy furniture at like what's that Swedish place where they have
IKEA?
all the IKEA? It sounds like an IKEA place.
Yeah. Like, oh, you still shop at IKEA? I go to fucking Airwolf.
Yeah.
Because I'm cool, you loser.
Yeah.
Well, it is like that. It's like, oh, you go to Whole Foods? Well, I go to Airwolf, you fucking loser.
Oh, you go to Aldi? I go to...
The International Grocery Outlet? No, what's the A? Association? IGA.
That's what that stands for?
International Grocery something. Play a noise.
Oh, we could still hear it. I should have played this one.
Take it.
A spooky sound.
I like that. I like all this. I'm going to get one of these Roadcasters. So tell me about this popcorn.
So the girls bought it just to do
earworm.
content with, to say like, let's do a taste test. And they came in my room as I was naked and laying in the bed and wanted me to taste it. And I don't like truffle. I'm going to give you a choice which one you want to taste first.
Okay, just so for everyone who can't see or they're just listening, my choices are, by the way, what I'm about to read you is one flavor: spearmint, chopped masala, salt, avocado oil. So that's a mint Indian type flavor. Or black truffle, turmeric, Kashmiri red chili, sea salt, avocado oil.
Wow.
I want to go with spearmint first because I feel like the chili... Nope, I'm going to do it the reverse. Let's do the chili and then put the mint on top of that to fix my breath.
Okay.
Black truffle masala popcorn. Here we go. It looks like just cheddar popcorn. It looks very inviting. It looks like the Christmas time.
The one comes in the tin with the three things?
3.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what it's like? It doesn't taste like it, but it's a similar experience.
Oh.
The popcorn flavored jelly bean.
Yeah.
Where you go, this tastes like popcorn, but I hate it because it shouldn't.
Right.
This tastes like Indian food, and I hate it because it shouldn't. Zap.
Whatever.
I'm going back for more.
Whatever happened to just popcorn, man?
Whatever happened to just popcorn? When did this country...
What is our country coming to when they have to have a cultural fusion inspired by cultural confusion?
You think this is woke? You think this is woke popcorn? Is that what you're saying? They're trying to culturally
That's what it says
fuse?
on the back. Cultural fusion. Whenever you hear cultural fusion.
That's fucking gross. It got worse the second time.
Oh, now I'm really pissed. Not only is it vegan and gluten-free.
What?
It's popped with 100% avocado oil.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's good. But whatever happened to using lard?
It's expensive, I think.
Oh, okay.
Don't you think that's what happened?
I don't know.
Because to get lard, you got to grow pigs, right? Am I wrong? Where's lard come from? Cows?
Cows, I thought.
You got to grow cows. And then to grow avocado oil, you just got to grow trees. Seems cheaper.
I just think we shouldn't change our ways, man. Have you ever popped popcorn in a pan with just vegetable oil?
Yeah, it took for fucking ever, and I burned half of it.
That's pretty cool, though, wasn't it?
I guess it was cool. This one tastes like
I got to taste it again.
shit. That one is like, oh, I see what they were going for. This is just bad.
Do you like truffle, though, for this
No,
one?
I'm not a truffle fan.
I'm not either.
Not the kind of pig I am.
And I don't think I'm rich enough to like truffle. Because anytime I've had it, I'm like, that's disgusting. And
Yeah.
people are like, it's so good. I'm like, okay, I'm not all right. I'm not fancy.
I don't like it.
That's spicy.
I don't like scotch.
Whoa. Do you have a white trash palette like I do?
I can't do cilantro.
I do cilantro.
So it's stolen white trash valor is what
That's
you're
because
throwing
I'm
at me.
Latina now.
Oh, right. I forgot you got all that DNA in you. It changed you. Sorry, that was
I
a
would've
gross
said-
joke.
That I actually say that on stage.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Mint chat. Like chat room.
Mint chat. Okay.
So if you were to brush your teeth and then immediately eat popcorn, this is the flavor you will have. Man, I bought these ring lights from Amazon, and not only is it blinking and about to give me a seizure, they're not very good.
You don't want that. You know what? Those lights are the fucking fusion popcorn of the light world. It sucks. No one wants this.
That's
'Cause
why
let me tell you who this really is annoys. Indian people, I believe.
You think?
I think they're like, what the fuck? Like, we have such a rich history of culinary arts. You don't have to just throw it on a goddamn snack because there's no
Right.
corn in India. Am I wrong?
I'm not a big philanthropist. I don't know a lot of food from around the world.
Did you say philanthropist?
I'm not a philanthropist, so I don't know a lot of foods from around the world.
Well, I am, as you know, a huge philanthropist.
Right.
Didn't say the right word correctly. You said the wrong
Right.
word incorrectly.
Right.
It's beautiful.
It sounded good, though. And if
Yep.
had you not stopped, everybody else would have been like, huh, and moved on.
Wow, listeners, did she hear you guys? Did you hear her insult your
I
intelligence?
think I called everyone idiots. God damn it.
Fuck, we're blowing it. No, I'm just saying, no, this is for no one.
Do you think the people that made this, these two people right here, the
I don't think
Confusion
they made
Snacks, the people that came up with this idea,
It says auntie approved or anti approved. I code switched because we're in
Yeah.
LA. My bad.
that's
I don't think that's who made it.
well. Do you think the people that made it are culturally appropriating other cultures and putting it in their popcorn?
Can you run it by me again?
I'm just.
Are you saying that
Are
they're
they-
culturally appropriating American popcorn?
Are they culturally
back our popcorn.
appropriating the spices and things that they're putting on this popcorn?
Oh, you're saying white people made this?
Yeah.
Took Indian? Yes. This is Goop, the magazine.
Mm-hmm.
This is a Goop snack.
I don't know what goop is.
It's like Gwyneth Paltrow magazine. Where
Okay,
they
that's-
sell the eggs that they put in
Right.
the vaginas, and they sell pussy scented candles. You know what Goop is? That's a huge take of white women taking Indian culture, yoga,
Okay, and
crystal.
we love doing white women. We love doing that.
Yeah, it
that's
rules.
just one of our things.
It rules. That's your culture.
Yeah.
If people tell you not to do it, now they're taking your culture.
Whoa, that's so meta.
Right.
See, if I didn't have the sound effects, I'd have to do a full hour. But with the sound effects, it takes it down to like 55 minutes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure.
What about commercials? You could shorten it even more.
Nobody wants to
Do fake
sponsor
ones?
me.
Do fake ones.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we're sponsored by Confusion Snacks.
Confusion Snacks comes in 14 wonderful flavors in 2 different bags. That's right. We have 7 flavors in each bag. Black truffle, turmeric, cashmere red, chili, sea salt, avocado oil. It is approved by this Indian woman we put on the front because she almost looks white.
That's right, folks. There's no sugar added, and we know you love that because everybody is very carb conscious today. Use our code Storage Podcast with Drew Morgan for 10% off our culturally appropriating snacks. I'm not even thinking of cultural appropriation. I'm thinking of when white folks go into a neighborhood. What's that called? And they take it over.
Gentrification.
This is gentrification of popcorn, folks.
They've gentrified popcorn? Oh, this is how you know it's shitty food. There's a story on the back. Anytime the snack bag has a story. Oh, say, so the founder, I'll fuck this name up, Adit Patel, says that he has Indian roots but has adapted to American culture. So what began as confusion between my Indian and American identities eventually blossomed into a unique fusion of the two cultures. So I guess he liked popcorn and he liked Indian food, and he decided to put them together.
So I'm assuming, and I probably shouldn't, that the man is of Indian descent.
No, he looks black. Yeah, of course he's Indian. His fucking name's
So
Adit
then
Patel.
he's not appropriating anything. This is his culture.
It's both his cultures mixed together.
He's appropriating Americans' popcorn, basically.
He's appropriating the American culture of packaging bullshit and selling it to white people.
And they love it.
That's ours.
There are people that think this, there are people that will say this tastes good, and it doesn't. And because they have their friends, they're like, no, it's like really good.
This I don't like, but if somebody told me they liked it, I could believe it. There's no person in the world who likes this. You nailed it. It's like brushing your teeth with Indian food flavored toothpaste.
And I just want to say for the record, because I don't want to come off as racist, I love Indian food.
I don't think it would be racist if you didn't. But it might be racist to say it all sucks, and I'm saying this popcorn sucks to everybody. That particular flavor.
Can you just read the bottom here to me? Because I'm confused about what's happening.
Made with heart, honk, okay, please. Why is it different bags? Also, completely different shapes.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
This is a, not a pyramid scheme, a money laundering scheme.
You think?
Folks, if you're watching on the YouTubes or whatever, look that this company has two different types of bags for they're the same size, but they're completely different.
Right. This one reminds me of that popcorn that had nuts in it. Really popular in the 80s. Can't remember what it's called. Almost like Cracker Jacks, but it was better. It had like a caramel, buttery. Excuse me. Yes.
What else you got on that? Sorry, finish your...
Okay, so I got laughing. First of all, I got this random song. Another cool song. Usually it's driving down the streets of Nashville. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just sing anything.
Okay.
And it's a song I got off YouTube, so I can use it on YouTube. Then we got the classic laugh. Very long laugh. It's still going.
Didn't like how you didn't want me to sing, but you were correct. I'm a horrible singer.
Oh, you can sing
Nope, that's not what I
clapping. Is it way too loud when I turn you down?
Okay. What else you got? I'll get that one a lot.
That's my theme song. Spooky.
I like that
When you're like-
mystery. Ooh.
That's a word. And
Need any goats now?
that was a call that I had on my voicemail, and it was the wrong number, and it was a guy like, hey, you need any goats now?
Play it again for me.
Need any goats now?
Need any goats now?
Was that you? It sounds exactly like you.
You need any goats now? My name's Jerry. I got 13 goats for sale. 12 of them's housebroke. I'll sell you the other one for half off. You can call me on my daughter's cell phone. Her name's Mindy. She's got a girlfriend.
Mindy, what's your phone number again? 816. What is it? Hello. me.
There used to be a show on my local radio station in rural Tennessee called Trade Time. But the guy who ran it, he went, well, Trade Time, you're on there. So it just sounded like Trey Time. And it was just people calling in doing that. Yep, this is Doug Morgan down there from Sunbright, Tennessee. I've got 2 dogs for sale. One's a blue tick. The other one's a mutt. I'll be honest with you, the mutt gets on a coon. He runs them better than the blue tick, and he's full-blooded. We got papers on him, but on account of the papers, he is $800. But the one without papers, $200 if you take him off my hands. I also got a trailer that I'm willing to trade for a motorcycle that comes in the kid size. We're wanting a 125. I got a 12-year-old boy. He's wilder than a Hank. And the dude would be like, okay. That was Doug from Sunbright.
And they leave their phone number, right?
They leave their phone number, and then and like the old people would listen to it, and they'd be trading. They'd be out there bartering.
Did you ever get anything or trade anything from Trade Times? Trade Day.
So I feel like, and this is a problem with my generation, but it's fun to go back to it now. I was like so MTV that I like was convinced that everything about where I was from was dumb. Do you know what I mean? So like, when I would have done that as a teen, I was like, Trey Time, fuck that, dude. I'm trying to see what Limp Bizkit has to say. And when I was 8, when I listened to it with my papaw, I was very into it, but like that was a man's game. They weren't going to let me barter.
Right.
But I do remember going with papaw to like take chickens to people and stuff.
Whoa.
Yeah. And it turns out the chickens were way cooler than Limp Bizkit.
After all it turns out.
Turns out.
Try telling that to Fred Durst.
I did.
In fact, I've got him live here on the line.
Fred, you motherfucker. You still owe me $60 for that gig in Florida.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I let you wear my hat because you lost yours. That bit didn't work. Let's go back to the chickens.
I just got really excited because I thought maybe Fred Durst had your hat.
No, he doesn't have my hat. He doesn't know anything about me.
Trade Times. I remember Trade Times because they used to do a lot on Howard Stern and prank him. Did you ever hear those?
No.
They would call up because it was live.
Yeah. So Howard would call those types of shows.
Well, not Howard, but Richard and Sal would call and be like, I got a washer and dryer for sale.
We did that in high school. I just remembered.
But in the background, I think one of them, someone was getting attacked by a werewolf. They said, you're getting attacked by a werewolf. He's got a cut off Litter Skinner t-shirt on and screaming. And the guy's like, call 911. I might be getting some prank calls mixed up, but Sal and Richard did call those trading places a lot. I got Richard, for some reason, always sounded like a woman and would say, I got a cabinet. I got Cupid dolls in it. My grandson, he keeps jerking off on the Cupid dolls, so I'm trying to get rid of it. That kind of thing.
Yeah. Did they give the game away? Like, did they build up to it, or did they come out of the gate with jacking off?
I think they built up to it, and not only that, but they would call repeatedly.
It's a skill. I got a friend in Miami. It's her real name. You would love Miami. She's a savant. She is the most talented prank call. And I'm not saying she's not funny outside of it. She is, but she's not like, if you just hung out with her, you wouldn't be like, man, that girl's the funniest girl I ever met. But if you heard her do a prank call, you would be like, she is legitimately a genius.
Does she do them a lot?
She does them a lot. And my wife found out about them. Like, they did one together one night. And now it's like my wife's favorite thing to do when we're in Tennessee. My wife, Andy, our favorite thing to do when we're around Miami is, and then, so through some friends of mine, we got Doc Antel's number, the guy from Tiger King, who was like a side character who had tigers in North Carolina. And he also was like polyamorous and had like 4 girlfriends. Do you remember that guy?
I didn't watch the whole thing.
So we got Doc Antel's number, and she called him up and was basically like, but what Miami's so good is she buries the lead. She called him up. Her character, the background work was, I want to join the farm and be one of this dude's girlfriends because I love tigers and I want to fuck an old man with a ponytail. But instead of being like, hey, I want to fuck you, you're so hot, she was like nervous. I mean, she's like in character. He can't see her and she's playing with her hair, you know?
Is she on the YouTube?
No, she does this for the love of the game.
Does it for fun?
That's what I'm saying. She's not broken like you and I. She just hangs out with her friends. She called this sports radio show one time. Tiger Woods was going to do a charity golf tournament. This was when he was out of the game, like he'd been injured or whatever, so he was trying to make money. He was going to be the celebrity appearance of this charity golf tournament, and she called in to talk to them about it. And she was like, and I met him last time he was here. I met Tiger, and he was real nice to me and my kid, and he showed him how to do the golf swing, but it was pretty distracting because I feel like he had a chub the whole time, and I didn't want to say anything because it's Tiger Woods. You're not going to say something like that. And we're like, man, what did you say your name was? She said Tristan, Tristin, Tristan. And it was so funny because, like, she had this made-up name. She remembers all of it. And again, this isn't a person who does that kind of thing in regular conversation.
Right.
She's great. I'm not saying she's not dumb. I'm not trying to imply that. It's just that she's just your friend. You're hanging out. And then all the wild shit she said to this person, if they start to ask her questions, she's got recall like that.
She doesn't film it. She just does it.
Just does it. I think my wife's filmed a few. I know.
Where's she at?
Burville, Tennessee. She's volunteers at
Her name's Miami.
a puppy shelter. Yeah.
What is she? How old are you?
39. She's about my age. She's probably 38.
So you're Generation Y? What are you?
I'm a millennial, and I think we used to be called Generation Y.
You're a millennial?
Uh-huh.
Damn. I just turned 50.
Yeah, so you're X. You're just one above
Isn't
me.
that wild, though?
That you're 50 or that you're X?
That I'm 50.
Yeah, it is kind of wild. You don't seem 50 to me, but I don't seem 40 to me, and I will be soon.
I don't know people's ages anymore.
I think I think two things are happening simultaneously. I think as you age, people just look old, young, or neither.
Yeah.
That's the three ages.
Yeah.
It's like illegal, hope he has a boat, or I can hang out with him, right?
Yeah.
And then the other thing that's happening is I do think we look younger. We don't smoke as much as past generations. We drink, but we drink differently. The skincare, we're not in the sun as much.
Right.
Our teeth, mine ain't great, but by and large, our teeth are better.
Yeah, back in the day, people would, I still have a missing tooth.
Yeah. I believe you, but okay. You just wanted to get it out.
I love showing it because I think when I go from this to this,
It's big.
it's
big.
It's so cool, though.
Yeah.
Like, how fucking cool do I look?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the lisp that comes with it being out is something that I've never had to really deal with. It really is. And with the flipper, I'm always, and it's embarrassing. Oh, God.
Especially if you're mad.
It's so uncomfortable.
You're
already.
angry and you're trying to not be funny, and you're full of shh.
You're full of And I've had several very deep and meaningful conversations and didn't have my flipper in. And I'm like, how can you even take anything I'm talking about seriously?
I would take
ridiculous.
you more seriously. That old broad with a missing tooth had some wisdom to drop on us, dog.
Oh, broad. Oh, fuck.
Well, it does age. That was my point. When you take that out, it ages you.
I don't think I think
you go, I'm 50. Do I look 50? No. You pop
tooth
that
out.
out. I'm like,
yeah.
No, 58.
Every bit of 50.
Yeah.
Every bit of 60.
Yeah, you got some change, too.
I think it shows more of like, this gal has seen some shit.
That's what I'm saying.
This gal has fucked a lot of guys.
Sure.
And
needed to.
Probably
was out of money.
Yeah. Because people get weird about religion. I mean, you can't even say Jesus Christ without people being like, you're using the Lord's name in vain.
That's true. I had a video do pretty well the other day, which is always the worst thing in the world. It's great, but it's the worst thing in the world, right? It was just me. I put a background to make it look like I was in church doing this. And then I did this. And then it said, me 10 minutes after finger blessing my girlfriend on a side road in a Honda Accord. Because, like, on the way to church, we would pull over and hook up because we were in high school, and that was, like, a time we could.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's a great time to do it.
Right. I mean, I got, I'm going to hell, apparently.
Yeah.
Which, like, imagine if that were true. Imagine if that's the way it worked. Well, we were going to let you in forever. Mm-hmm. Bliss, all of eternity. Instead, you got to get butt fucked by a demon while you're on fire because of what you posted on Instagram. Mm-hmm. It really offended a dude named Jerry.
Mm-hmm. So Jesus, you're telling me when I get up to the pearly gates, no matter what I've done my whole life, I've helped homeless people. I've I've done some of the nicest things you'd ever encounter.
You let one dude finger that hole in your tooth.
I let somebody finger this hole. But because I fingered my girlfriend and talked about it on Instagram, you're telling me I'm going to eternal damnation?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow, dude, you are I'm not trying to be rude, but that's
sick, dude.
Dude, you're wild.
But not me. That's Jerry, and he's furious. He told me it was blasphemous. I had to look it up because I thought blasphemy was like, by definition, I thought it was like, saying God's not God or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I looked it up. It's basically just anything really profane that has to do with religion. And I think showing myself in a church, smelling my finger,
but you weren't
is profane.
Technically in a church. You were just had green screen on.
And also, there was no pussy on my finger. I was acting.
Right, you were acting.
Yeah.
Now, you could have went to your wife and said, hey, let me dip in for a second.
Method, they call that.
But you didn't.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm intrigued by, first of all, how these people find the videos.
Well, that one went not viral, but pretty viral.
But Jerry is not a regular, everyday internet user. He's an older gentleman.
Disagree.
Okay.
He is a Gen Xer, I think. He could be a boomer, but they've come to Facebook and Instagram. They're about now. These older guys.
Oh, the Facebook is the worst.
They're all in their truck with their Oakleys on, screaming about whatever. So they're there. In some ways, and I did this on purpose, it's like my fault because I wrote like Christian meme.
Okay, you
I
absolutely.
wanted it on their page,
right?
Because controversy equals clicks, baby.
Right, and because Jerry clicked and commented, Jerry's friend is clicking, commenting,
and then they piled up, and then people were arguing with them, and they're just as dumb. They're like, "There's no God, you fucking moron," and it's like, well, then why are you talking to this guy? Like, you're weirder than him. He believes this, so he thinks he needs to be on Facebook telling me the truth. You don't believe it. Go live your life.
Right. Well, what if you were to get to heaven and you were going to say,
this.
I had this misstep, Jesus, but an older gentleman named Jerry told me to fix my ways. And then I went to confession and confessed. So am I okay now?
According to Catholicism, you would definitely be okay.
Yes.
According to evangelical stuff, because I was saved at 8 years old, I'm fine anyway. That's what Jerry don't know about me.
Sam,
I can't go to hell, dog.
Why didn't you type that back to him?
I didn't want him to get upset. Jerry seems like he's hanging on by a thread, and I didn't want him to know that I'd already gamed the system.
Right. At 8, man, that gets, before you're a teenager, that sets you up for life, dude.
I could suck so many dicks and still go to heaven, and that bothers Jerry.
So you're telling me in your religion you got saved, and therefore nothing you do is too bad for heaven.
Now, there are evangelicals who have a concept called falling from grace, where they believe that you can undo it, but most evangelicals believe it cannot be undone because to them it's such a holy experience. It's the idea that Jesus cleanses your heart. It's like it's basically like you can't undo what God has already done.
Okay.
What Jesus already. I mean, there's a lot of beautiful concepts. Obviously, I mean, it's not number one in the world for no reason.
Right. What about if somebody is saved, like you, and at the age of 22 murders several 100 people?
Were they homosexuals?
Nope, just regular everyday people.
Ooh, tougher. That was a bit, everybody.
Yeah, everybody's like, what?
Yeah, you still go to heaven.
Wow.
Now, the theory behind it would be, like the philosophical theory behind it would be, if you were truly saved, and this is how they get you. Like if you tell them a story like that, they were like, it sounds like that guy just said he was saved. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Didn't really have the transformative experience. And I'm sure that if you have evangelical listeners, they're thinking that about me right now because I'm being so flippant about all of this. All I can say is I was definitely a true believer back then, for what it's worth.
When you were 8?
Yeah.
And how did it happen?
10.
What happens when you're saved?
I just asked God, Jesus, to come into my heart and forgive me for my sins because I knew that I was a sinner, and without him, I didn't get to go to heaven.
Wow.
I was
at
sorry.
8 years old.
I was a real fucked up kid. I know.
The 8 years old that you're already feeling so sad and
yeah.
I'm gonna play this sound. Nope, not that one. That's a good one, but this one is even better. Is that the womp womp?
Yeah, it's so funny that you go through all three.
I always have to go through them and never can remember.
Especially because of what we were talking about, though. I was a dark kid. And it's a dark religion. The evangelical style of Christianity is quite dark. I mean, you think about some of the imagery. You got to be washed in the blood of the Lamb. I mean, think about this is our Savior. This is the most important soul being person in our religion. What are we doing? Bathing in his blood. It's kind of metal.
Metal, but spooky.
Yeah, super spooky. And it was like, my grandfather wasn't a churchgoer, so one day I was like, he was my favorite person. The chickens, Papa. So is Papa going to hell? We don't know, but probably.
God, that's
Yeah.
so sad.
That's tough. It's tough stuff.
Why do adults do that?
Because they believe it. You know what I mean? It's like it matters to them. And it's, they tried to let me down, but I was smart, I figured it out.
So then when you came over to the other side, is that how I say it?
I guess. I mean, I'm not an atheist, but I just think all these rules about we know how you get into heaven and heaven's definitely real and this is how it works is just stupid.
And how's a person on earth going to tell you what that guy up there is really going to do?
And anybody who
I'm not believing it.
Anybody who claims it, pay attention why and what they're getting out of it. You know what I mean?
Joel Osteen.
Right. And for example, to my dad's credit, though, he despises Joel Osteen more than me. Because it's like, this stuff is sacred to my father, genuinely.
And that guy's making a
and
mockery.
that guy's full of shit. But even when it's sacred to you, you can hurt people, especially if they're a little kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A lot of stuff in the Catholic Church scared me.
Yeah.
I loved the music and still love the music, but
Yeah.
just Jesus hanging up there so big, and you're
So
just
hot.
a little kid like, what the?
With those abs. You lick that blood right out of it.
No.
He had cum gutters, too.
No.
Yeah,
No.
It's scary. It's dark
It's
stuff.
horrifying. And his eyes were open, so he was just like, it's scary. Why do that to a child?
To scare them, I think, and
Didn't scare me.
not even in a mean way. Like, I love scaring kids. I mean, I think for people who truly believe in all that, they're worried about hell, and that's why it is like somewhat understandable. If you believe down to your core that a bunch of people are going to die and spend the rest of literally eternity burning in hell, like you'll kind of pull out all the stops to make that not happen for your loved ones.
It's crazy to think that you could do something for 50 to 60 years, die, and then spend forever burning in hell. It's like, dude,
It's a crazy thought.
Off balance, bro.
Yeah.
I could see if you live like maybe 400 to 500 years of doing bad shit. Yeah.
Like, excuse
But
me,
50
Judge.
years?
Can I get just like 10 to 12?
Wow.
I
think 10 to-
shoplifted once.
10 to
I'll
12
own up to that. Can I
10
get a
to
new
12,
lawyer?
yeah.
I need a new lawyer.
I think they need to revise it. You spend a certain amount of time in hell.
Yeah.
Then you can go.
Right. Well, y'all have purgatory. We don't even have that.
That's the middle. Like,
I think that's for people like what you're talking about, where it's like, it's 50-50. I could be wrong. You tell me. I thought the rule there was if enough people pray to ask God to let you out of purgatory, you get out. But if
Really?
they don't,
well, I would be in a position, though, because I have quite a bit of followers. And I could put on an Instagram story, like, please pray for me. This is either heaven or hell.
That's a good point.
So really, I'd be in a better position than a lot of people. And if I had a friend I knew that was going to be in purgatory, I would absolutely be like, hey, guys, pray for Simon.
Yeah.
Just making that name up.
You thought of somebody.
I don't know anyone named Simon. That's potentially going to be in purgatory. But yeah, I would definitely use my platform to help other people get out of purgatory.
If you believed in it.
If I believed in it.
But you don't.
I do not.
Yeah.
I can't think. I can't. I don't believe in heavens. I'm sad to say it. I don't, which is sad. Because I like to think that my mom and dad are in heaven and I would see them one day, but I just don't believe that. And I don't believe in hell because it's just absurd to me. The whole thing is absurd. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
And maybe that's where I'm wrong. People are like, well, you can't understand, the Lord does this, that, and everything. It's like, okay, but I can't make sense of it. So therefore, I'm not even going to believe it.
Right.
I can't make sense of it.
Well, it's also just so categorical. The way that it's described in Christianity, it's so categorically unfair and unjust
Yes.
and unloving. and most other parts of it describe God as just and loving. And it's so unjust for like Jeffrey Dahmer and a dude who worked at Wendy's to be in the same place.
Right.
It's like, you know what I mean? Like this dude murdered 8 people, and then this guy over here, one time he farted in an elevator on purpose because he didn't like the way somebody's face looked.
I'd say that guy's going straight to heaven because that is some pro-level trolling.
Hell yeah, dude. Rock and roll.
Even Jeffrey Dahmer in my brain, I'm like, yeah, God, and I don't want to get into all this religious stuff, but God gave you free will, but like he already knew that guy was going to murder those people because he's all-knowing.
Right.
So couldn't he have been like, kind of switched up the shit there to make him not kill those people?
Seems like he could have.
How many years in comedy do you have?
I stopped counting, so a lot. 14?
Damn.
Yeah, 14, I think. Maybe 13.
That's so. Your brain is so fast, like that.
You
were fast.
Maybe I hang out with people I think faster than me, so I don't necessarily consider it. But maybe you're right. Yeah.
It was a fast connection.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm burping.
Well, timing, obviously comedy is a big part of it. If it's not super fast, if I thought of it right now, and I was like, remember a minute ago?
Remember when
what if I said this? It just wouldn't work,
It was fast.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm fast.
Yeah.
And sometimes people are like, how did you do that? It's
That's
just
what being funny is.
It's being funny, but also I think that might even be a trauma response. I'm paying attention to everything that's going on, so I am safe. Hello? I am safe. Who's back there? Yes. Someone going to molest me from back there? Is it a priest? All right, come on over.
That is a good place to molest from.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It actually happened. Molested twice.
Sorry.
You don't have to say sorry you didn't do it.
I'm your brother.
It happens to so many people.
I know. So many people.
You said I'm your brother.
You said you didn't do it. And that's
With your hat off. I'm your brother.
It's like a reverse. To catch a predator. To be a predator.
Chris Hansen's over there.
Yeah.
Take a fucking seat, dude.
He's that guy. What a career. I think it's a trauma response too because it's wanting to not feel the way that we felt. Not wanting, it's like, because correct me if I'm wrong. This is me. I don't want to project, but me with my trauma stuff, it's like, some stuff happened. It sucked. But also telling people about it, and then they like feel sorry for you, or they start to feel bad. That sucks too.
Yes.
So like I figured out over time how to diffuse that, so I don't have to live in the suck, and I don't have to live in the double suck of you feeling sorry for me and this being weird. Make a joke.
Right.
That just gets quicker over time. Like it's almost like an addiction, almost of like, quickly let me get out of this. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
I wish I had. I want to start writing more stuff about that for my stand-up, but I don't know how to do it yet where everybody's not like, oh.
So hard.
It's so hard.
It's so hard. I can't imagine you doing it with that story because I struggle to do it.
There's
with my
gotta be a
brother
way,
being
though.
in prison. And some stuff happened to him. Some abuse type stuff. Mm-hmm. It didn't even happen to the guy telling it. Maybe that makes it weirder, though. Maybe it would be better since it happened to you. It's like your own story.
Right. There's got to be a way, though, that it...
There's definitely ways to do it.
And I don't know how, and I don't know if I have to contact somebody and be like, help. How do you make this funny?
Contact somebody?
Like pick up the phone and call a guy or like a gal that knows about this stuff.
Norm McDonald? He's died.
Okay, so great.
You said contact somebody like there was a group that worked for the government.
Well, I meant
the gas company. Listen, I got to put in a new heater and learn how to make trauma funny. Is that one number?
Hello? The old-timey phone. Hello? Yeah. I think what I meant by call somebody was maybe find someone or watch someone that does similar stuff.
Black comedians, in my opinion, in America, have historically been the best at making really dark shit funny. Part of that, though, is that a wide audience is far enough removed from what they're talking about that it's almost like a letting them off the hook thing, in my opinion. It's like, my mom was a crackhead. well, the white people think that's funny because it's a stereotype that they're not supposed to laugh out, but now, this guy's giving me permission to laugh at it. But that's who I would watch if I were you. Lavelle Crawford. Lavelle Crawford has unreal bits about his mother abusing him. Now, that's not what he says. That's part of the trick there. He's not like, my mother abused me. He's just like, remember you used to go to the grocery store with your mama? And then he tells this story, and it's like, God, if she truly said that to you when you were 8, that's horrific. But you said it so hilariously that it's unbelievable.
Right.
And then you said you was going to murder me and my brother and sister if we talked in the store, and you was going to go to prison, but you only 17, so you get out in time and make 3 more just like us.
Holy shit.
That's probably my second or third favorite bit of all time. He does this long thing as his mom telling him all this stuff that if he tries to buy his own, basically it's like, when we get in the store, don't look at anything, don't touch anything, don't ask for anything, and if you hit me with that cart in the ankle, I'm gonna cut your head off.
Whoa!
It's like a 6-minute thing of her telling him this stuff. Then he goes, now tell me what I said, as his mom, and he repeats it all back to her word for it. It's 6 minutes long. It's hilarious.
I'll have to check. I don't know why I haven't seen him. I've seen his name a
He
lot.
is in Breaking Bad.
Is he an older gentleman?
He is now, but when he was popping, he was 50. I don't know.
I'm going to zoom in right when you say that on my face.
Yeah, pop your tooth out. What the fuck were we talking about, though? Trauma?
Christ.
Talk about a mook.
Sometimes I start talking about Jesus on here, and people, because they love me, kind of give me, they're like, we'll let her pass this time.
Because they love Jesus, but they're upset that you're saying things against him,
Yeah.
or they don't want to hear
They
religion
love
at all.
Jesus, they love me, and they don't like when I talk about Jesus. It's like, leave it, Jesus.
Well, you've
out
said
of
is
this.
you didn't do anything today. You didn't do anything shitty. you
Well,
were just like, oh, I don't believe that person.
I just think he's, excuse me. I think some of the things he does are ridiculous.
Him personally. You actually personally hate Jesus.
I never said I hated him.
When he turned the water into wine, you were like, what the hell, man? There's
thought that
alcoholics
was
at this
cool.
wedding.
I thought that was cool.
What if there was one alcoholic at that wedding who was recovered
And he was.
and then fell off the deep end? Just was like, oh, I'm drinking my water. I'm clean and sober 4 years.
Oh, man. What a prank he played on that guy, huh? Hi, I'm Jesus, and this is Jackass.
I might write a bit about that.
That's
killed
funny.
myself thinking about this.
That's funny. But again, Jesus would be held responsible for that, I think.
I think they give you a pass per se because you're just saying this is what I believe. You're not trying to be disrespectful.
No, but they think by me saying these things or trying to be funny about Jesus or God, I am being disrespectful. Because
that's what happened.
Don't
on my
play
video.
with God.
Right. And they always do this one to me. They do it to you. God will not be mocked, which I think is a Bible verse. My thing with that is, if you believe the Bible to be literally true, then you have to admit I didn't mock him. Because the Bible says he can't be.
Oh.
You just said that's what the Bible said. God will not be mocked.
He will not be mocked.
Right.
That's how they say it.
Right.
You have to put your finger up.
So I guess I didn't mock him because he won't be mocked.
Right.
And then they'll be like, no, what it means is if you do it, something bad will happen to you or whatever. And then it's like, so God can't take a joke? God's the
That's
worst
my
dude in the
thing.
friend group? God's cool as fuck. You suck, Jerry.
Right. I think God would have a sense of humor.
God rules. I do believe in God, and I think God rules. I think she's pretty badass. Yeah. Got to be a woman. Gave life to everything. Or both. God's a they, them. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Jerry.
Whoa, Jerry's not going to like that one.
Fucking Jerry.
When I hear don't mock God, I think of, because when somebody's like, don't mock me, you're usually like copying them.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of like, look at me, I'm Jesus. I have long hair. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah.
That to me is mocking him.
Or-
and I've never done that.
Or I'm so close to God that you should take everything I say as his word. That's almost like you see what I'm getting at?
Oh, that's kind of like a reverse
Yeah.
thing.
Joel Osteen.
And they'll be like, whoa, brain exploding. What does he mean? Let me read the scriptures again.
Yeah, and then you read the scriptures from the King James, and you're like, well, this is like 7 languages removed from the original text. I mean, the word homosexual, for example, this is true. You can get mad at me all you want, but it's true. Didn't appear in any form of the Bible until, I think, one before the King James. Before that, most scholars agree it was saying pedophile. So every, don't be a homosexual was supposedly don't be a fucking pedophile.
Whoa.
Which the priests keep fucking that up.
Just let the priest have sex, dude.
Buddy.
Let the priest have sex. Let
Libby,
the nuns have sex.
They are. They keep letting them.
But I mean, really let them.
Yeah. Was it Brooke Shields that was in Blue Lagoon at 14?
Wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, just wild stuff.
Did you watch that documentary about her?
I don't think so.
Oh my God. And she was just talking about how she was just sexualized.
Very young.
So young. And no one around her was like, this is not okay. Mm-hmm. Not even her own mom.
That's so weird.
It's weird, but it is different times.
It is, but even when we were growing up, they did it to Britney Spears. They just, it's just, the standards had changed, so there was no nude shoots with Britney Spears. There were no sex scenes with Britney Spears. But we were all talking about her virginity for 4 straight fucking years.
Well, I wasn't. I want to go on the record of saying I wasn't. Once.
It was TRL time for me. I was in high school. It wasn't that weird for me to be
I was older, so I was like.
I was definitely me and my friends were like, bullshit. Justin's knocking the bottom out of that, dude. Which is also gross.
Right.
Poor Brittany, dude. Poor Brittany.
Poor Brittany, and she seems like she's not okay.
That's how fucked up our culture is. It'll make you feel bad for someone that rich. It's hard for someone that rich to get sympathy from me.
Really?
I mean, unless something really horrible happened to you, which it did her, that's my point. Because they say money won't solve all your problems. No, but it'll solve every one except for that one that you need therapy for, and now you have time and money to go do that therapy.
You're right. You're so right.
Money allows you the space to solve most of your problems, if not all of them.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not rich, but I'm to a point now where I'm comfortable and I'm not looking here, looking there, trying to figure out where I can get money for this or that. Yeah. And definitely life was much harder than a lot harder. You
know how rich people create horrible art? Culture comes from the bottom up and then rich people steal it. That no poor person would ever say that. Money won't solve all your problems. A rich person coined that phrase. That's a rich person's poem, and poor people immediately can hear it and be like, that's bullshit. There's no poor person who's ever heard that and thought it was true. Mm-hmm. They tell their kids that to try and make them feel better, but they all know it's bullshit.
Right.
It's bullshit. And because, of course, money won't solve all your problems. That is literally true. But what you're implying is that, you can be happy and whole and complete without money. There's actually sociological proof that that's not true. There's a baseline everyone needs. It goes up with inflation in order to achieve happiness. Now, beyond that, money won't make you happy. But there's a baseline everyone needs because you need your needs met. You need to be able to have some entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You need to feel engaged in your community, which requires fucking money. We've been all over the place. I like it.
It's wild, dude.
Caffeine, hell of a drug.
What if you could choose any...
Anal. Oh, sorry. It's a dumb bit I do. Sorry, go ahead.
Any cereal mascot to... I'll just say make love to, have sex with. Which one would you pick?
Do you ask everybody this?
I've asked my family this and you. So you're the second.
So this isn't a podcast thing?
No, it's just the second podcast I've asked because I've had my family on. And
this
I asked
is the second episode?
No, this is the second episode that I've asked this on.
I got it. My bad. Didn't mean to get it.
And I was alarmed at some of the answers that I got from my family. I can't remember them.
Am I allowed to ask questions?
Yeah.
Are they gendered?
Some of them are.
So if they have a guy's name, they're a guy. The little Lucky Charms dude is a dude with the little leprechaun dick.
Things are different now.
That's what I'm saying.
And I on the cereal boxes, I don't see their pronouns. I don't know, and I don't think that matters. Mm-hmm. In this case, I just want to. Yeah, he's a frog.
I think that he's super cool. I think he's one of those dudes who's got a black light in his room. He's definitely not someone you'd marry, but I'd feel safe with him.
But you were worried about the gender.
I was concerned about it, but this is a frog. So
Right. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
already in a weird place.
Whether it's a male or female or...
And frogs are
not
both. That's a big
right.
thing with frogs. That's how Jurassic Park happened.
So you were more worried about their gender than whether or not they were human or...
Well, I knew they weren't human.
Amphibian. Frogs are amphibians?
And yes, I knew they weren't human, so I didn't have to ask that one.
Right. So you weren't... Right. What's more concerning to you, their gender or the fact that they're a frog?
Well, they're a cartoon frog.
Right.
Let me just point that out.
Right.
Right? So that gives me a little bit of leeway. Also, he seems old. He seems like he's in college at least because he sells pot. He sells pot. He's a fucking deadhead. I've met this dude in Athens, Georgia, dozens of times. I've hung out with him. And again, I would never marry the guy, but I just feel like he'd be safe.
The guy's smoking a lot. You're right.
You're going to have a good time. He's going to take you to an underground concert.
Look at the size of his hands.
I get what you're getting at, but stop.
Huge
Frogs have both sexes.
I don't give a fuck. I'll fuck anybody.
I respect that.
I don't know.
You'll fuck any gender, is what you meant
yes,
to say.
I'll fuck any gender. Now, frogs,
I'm not bisexual. I wanted to be because I really like attention, but I just couldn't figure it out.
I've never had sex with a frog, and I don't know. It would depend. It would depend on if he was a frog like you find in a pond, or he's very small. Is he tiny?
Look at him. You don't find that in a fucking pond. You mean?
That's what I'm saying. Is he tiny, like a little guy frog?
Okay, but
or
how old is the leprechaun?
human-sized?
The Rice Krispie elves, are they thousands of years old, or are they
children?
7?
I think those are children.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like, this is a safe bet, I feel like.
Well,
in terms of the age, that's my number one issue.
You could have went with King Vitamin.
Or Count Chocula.
Elderly.
Captain Crunch.
That's my take.
Has some boats. Has a boat.
Right.
I guess he only got one boat, or he'd be a Commodore.
Sometimes he's so smart, so much smarter than me that I don't know what he's talking about, and I don't want to tell him, like, hey, I don't know what you're talking about.
If you have
the Commodores was a band that Lionel Richie was in.
Yes, but captain is the captain of a ship, and if you have a fleet, you're a Commodore.
I didn't know you were a seafaring guy.
I'm a worthy seaman.
Whoa. So you would fuck a frog. That's weird, man.
I like how you set me up. Well, in my mind, we're cartoons. Am I not a cartoon also?
You're a human that's making passionate love to a frog.
Right. You asked me a question in which, as a human, what cartoon would you fuck?
Right.
And then you're trying to make it out like I'm the weirdo.
Right.
And then you're telling these people that you're dumb. I'm the dumb one. You tricked me into this. You're an attorney. You're one of those attorneys who gets the guy to admit he's guilty by pretending to be dumb.
Right.
I'm
sorry.
I'm sorry. Could you just make this clear for me? Because I'm just so confused, Mr. Morgan.
Right. I'm sorry.
It was a Wednesday at 7, but you said, I fucking killed her. I'm sorry.
That I did that. And I should make a rule if I ask that question to my guests that I'm not going to berate them or make them feel bad about their choice.
Don't make that rule. It's a podcast. What else are you going to do?
Berate them.
Yeah.
I made fun of my brother so hard.
Who's your brothers?
He picked Tony the Tiger.
Nah, that's too obvious. Also, Tony would fuck you up, dude. Just be bleeding. You would do Captain Crunch because you like a man in uniform.
Love a man in uniform. Love like a piratey guy.
Any cartoon of all time.
That I'd fuck?
Yep.
Oh, shit. Damn, there's just so many. And it's another age thing. It's like they seem older, but are they kids?
I think all cartoons are 100.
100. So, fuck.
I mean, it'll still be weird if you say one of the Rugrats, though.
Right. What about one of the Scooby-Doo people?
Yeah. Shaggy.
Fred.
Shaggy's got the same vibe as Diggum, where I just think it'd be fun for a weekend, and then you'd break his heart.
Diggum
leave him standing there.
The
Shaggy
of the cereal world.
I'd fuck the dog.
Scooby?
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
I'm just kidding.
Wow, you love fucking dogs. So we fought frogs and dogs.
Dogs, frogs, pogs.
What's a pog?
There's a little game,
toys?
pogs, and then there's PAWG, which is fat ass white girl.
Yep, know that one because I've seen a lot.
I will fuck a pog. I do.
You honestly. Like a pog?
Yeah. My wife's got a fat ass. So, with a P.
Shout out to her. Met her. Beautiful, funny, great, and just had a child.
All right, so which cartoon would I fuck?
Daphne.
I like Daphne.
Uh-oh.
We gotta go.
I think that's them pulling in. They're probably going, hey, who's that in the driveway?
Uh-oh.
Did she invite a Tinder date over again?
Dick down in the Airbnb.
Again, like I've ever done that.
Jessica Rabbit.
She's hot, dude.
She's so hot.
Dude, she's
She's so hot.
Yeah.
I think that's almost too obvious. I feel like I should challenge myself to think of a second choice because that's like saying Margot Robbie. Do you know what I mean? It's like, well, yeah, but you can't.
Damn. I'm just blanking on any cartoon characters right now.
I said Jessica Rabbit.
Beavis and Butthead, if they were older. Love Beavis and Butthead, would hang out with them, but only when they are older.
I feel like though they're in high school, they're at least 20.
I mean, I need even older than that.
Do you?
Yeah.
For your morals or just for you, because you can't hang out with
It's like, I don't want to, all around morals, and it's, I just want a Beavis that's in his 40s.
Yeah. You can get one of them. This is called trade time right now.
Got any Beavises on here?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I can't stop looking out there because I thought I saw him driving, and
Why
I'm
are you
thinking,
so nervous?
I'm like, in their mind, are they going like, where should we park? What's going on?
They would call you, I think, and there's street parking.
There is, but in my brain, there's this whole thing going on like, what do we do? Even though that's not happening.
Yeah. Do you know that everyone loves you?
No.
Yeah. You need to internalize that. Even if they were there, they would be like, oh, someone's here. Let me figure this out. Because I would never be mad at Libbie over something dumb.
I didn't say they'd be mad at me. You're projecting. I always do think people are mad at me, though.
We are. That's why I asked you to come here, actually.
I asked you to come.
Yeah. Then it pissed me off.
You think that's funny, but you know what's going to happen tonight?
Yeah, what?
As I lay in bed and I'm going over all the things that I said and did that day, it'll be a track sing. Shouldn't have invited her over. So I invited you over. You're a bad girl. That's my brain constantly, and I have to fight it.
Yeah. Well, I hope, as your friend, that you've done much worse things today than ask me, a guy who likes to be on podcasts, to be on a podcast. Like, I hope for your, like, the breadth of your life. You know what I mean? I hope you're living a full life out here in Los Angeles.
Oh, I am.
I hope you send way better than asking me to do a podcast with you.
No.
Did you flash one of the workers next door? You should have done that.
I haven't done really a lot of anything except went to the Comedy Store.
When'd you go to the Comedy Store? I was there last night.
What
the fuck?
You were there last night?
Yeah, I was there from like 8 to like 10:30.
So were we. Were you in the main room?
No, I got up on the in the original room. I did potluck.
We were in the main room.
Watching Tim? Dylan?
Yeah. I didn't know he was going to be there.
Yeah.
David Spade was there.
Yeah, David's always there. I wish, damn it, I almost texted you. But I thought y'all had a show like in Oxnard or some shit.
No, that's coming up in March.
So I was like, oh, they're not here, or I would have texted you. Yeah, I was hanging out.
We were there.
I hung out with Laura Peak. Shout out to my girl. I had one of my best potluck sets because it's hard because it's 3 minutes, and that's just not me.
Whoa!
Yeah, 3's not good for me, but I did pretty well. I'm getting better at them, you know what I mean?
3 minutes?
Yeah, dude.
That's just getting warmed up.
Barely.
That's me getting out a couple pussy jokes.
Yeah, and it's not even wet. It's dry puss. Mm-hmm.
Abrasive. This stuff, I've started drinking this in the last few months. It makes me burp so much, and I'm so sorry.
That's what that was. That's all I drink's Coke Zero.
Really? Mm-hmm. Would you like another one? I have a whole carton.
No, I mean, it's getting late in the day. Yeah, I really shouldn't.
We're going at about an hour now, so that's as much as I do.
Yeah, that's as much as anyone should do.
And that's...
The worst thing Joe Rogan ever did, sorry if this pisses anyone off who loves him or hates him, is make people think podcasts should be 3 hours long.
Who can do that? I would have, if...
A guy who has a personal chef, I guess.
I mean, does he do it every single day?
No, I think he does it once a week. I could be wrong.
I'm all about, if there's a natural ending, we stop.
Yeah.
And I think we've approached that.
We're coming up on it.
I think we approached that at Mark 13.
Right. So here's my goal. Me,
My goal.
Jessica Rabbit, dig 'em. Eiffel
Tower.
Yeah. Eye contact with the frog. Lick the frog
Where?
on his forehead.
Okay.
And he gets me high. He's one of those toads from the desert that gets you high. You know about those?
No, but
You don't know about licking toads and getting high?
I've heard it. But the thing is
It's DMT.
Digham's not one of those guys. He's just a regular frog, dude, that's in a pond.
He sells a product called Smack.
You're right.
He's a drug dealer. That's not even my joke. I think that's a Dave Chappelle joke.
Really?
It's a somebody else joke. That dude's a drug dealer.
I didn't realize that
Dig 'em?
Digham was doing that.
Yeah, he's out here dealing smack to kids. Yeah, that's why I like him.
Fuck them kids.
Ribbit.
All right.
Can I hit a button?
Yeah, you can hit as many buttons as
My color.
Need any goats now?
That was the goat one? Fuck
Need
yeah.
any goats now?
Need any goats. That started it and that ended it. Well, I thank you kindly for coming over here.
Thanks for having me. If folks are interested in following me, I'm at Drew Morg Comedy on all the socials. If you're not interested in following me, I get it. I was pretty hard on Jerry.
But you should, because he's my friend. We've been friends for many years.
13?
5, maybe?
17?
20.
I was
actually
there
grew
when
up
she lost
together.
her tooth.
Yep.
Waffle House, bathroom.
Yep.
Should have seen the other frog.
I can't. What a wrap up. What a wrap up. He is a guest of the Storage Podcast. He did a good job and he is great. Thanks for coming.
Hit it again. We start over.
Are you going to sing this time?
Oh, sure. Sorry, I didn't know.
I thought you were singing.
I just didn't think you were done. So I was just trying to be polite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You go ahead, though.
Okay.
I'll play it one more time. Let's start over.
No, that's too long. I was doing all that just to bleed time. Okay. This song reminds me of Germans doing drugs. It makes me wish I had a suit on and some ketamine. That's what ketamine sounds like.
And